Hey guys, Kev here, and I am going to do a disassembly of the Finch Knife Co. Tycoona Runtly. This is the Runtly. This is the final one I needed to complete the current Finch's nest, although today I found out there's some new models coming out, so I'm eager to check those out. There's even one coming with a reversible clip, so that's very cool, guys. But this is the Runtly, the first of the Finch knives. Really cool little guy here. It's very, very small. I did not expect it to be this small, but that's not an issue or anything. It's just, you know, the size of the knife. And I will zoom out here. You guys can see it compared to an f5.5. So you can see it's definitely a small knife. Here is a bug out. So you're definitely looking at a tiny little guy. Hey, and if I'm doing the desktop guy thing, I might as well compare it to a Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Our comparison knives here, guys. I'm just messing around a little bit, but there you go. It's tiny, okay? So yeah, I'm going to take it apart, see what's what, and we will go from there. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Something I mentioned in my last disassembly video I just did, I was talking about doing a live show. So Kyle, DTOM Knives and Gear, and myself were thinking about doing a live show every couple weeks or so, and just having some beers, hanging out, that kind of thing. And I just want to run that by you guys, see what you think. I'm hoping everybody's on board, because we've kind of decided to do it. And we think maybe the first episode we'll do, we'll see what everybody wants to name it. So we'll let the community name it for us, which I think would be kind of interesting. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with that. Definitely planning to do it. So we just got to get everything set up. I don't know what's going on here. I can feel things moving, so I think this screw is just super long. Is that what's going on here? I can feel it loosening up. It's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is normally where I take a little pry tool out that I didn't put out here. I don't want to take the clip screws off, because I don't think they're necessary, are they? No, they're just holding the liner in. This came out. Let's try this screw and see what happens. Is it a spinning screw? Is that the deal? Oh, there we go. This came out of this side, so let's put that over there. Boom. All right, we are in, guys. Wow, little guy, huh? Look at that. But it does take normal size bearings. That's cool. So these are the 5mm pivot and the 1/16 bearings. In case you want to drop some skiffers in there. I love skiff bearings, but I don't see a need to put them in this knife, because the action was already pretty dang good. So I might just add some oil, show you guys the inside here, and we can be done with this guy. Cool blade here. Look at that. It's just like a freaking razor blade. I guess you just call that a Warncliffe, right? Or is it a sheep's foot cleaver modified? Warncliffe. It's this is 154 cm, guys. I know the first runs of the Runtlys last year were in N690 Co. I don't know what the Co at the end of there is all about, but here's your stop pin. and a screw that I just found. It's probably the backspacer screw. Here's your pivot. I usually don't take the pivot out unless I have to. See if I can get this bearing off of here. So lately, when I've needed a magnet, I've been using this Olight. What is this called? The Baton Pro in Thai. That I got in a trade with my buddy Rodney for that mini Crooked River I had. Really, really cool flashlight, but it has this awesome magnet, and I just stick it to the bottom of my desk over here, and it just hangs upside down. It's awesome. All right, so we will get some KPL. Well, let me clean this. Yeah, sometimes I try not to push the pivots out just because in some cases they're hard to get back in if it's a D shape. I've had some nightmare situations like with the oh wow, that's dirty. With the Benchmade 940-2 I took apart. That was a long time ago, early in my knife collecting journey, which started in like March of last year. Maybe around this time last year is when I really got into it. I'd been into knives for a while, but that's when I really started getting into this hobby, guys. And I've learned so much in a year. I mean, it's insane how much I've learned. And you don't want to see my knife case. I mean, I don't know how I got this many knives in a year, and that doesn't even count all the ones I've traded and sold. I don't even want to add that up. So. I'm not going to. I'm looking for KPL. Seriously, Kev. Seriously. Boop. Drop this bad boy in there. I usually don't pay attention to which bearing was on which side or anything like that. That should not be an issue. Like, if I have a ton of issues putting it back together or with centering and stuff like that, then I'll kind of mess with that, flip them around and do all that stuff. But I won't just start by, paying attention to that kind of stuff. I think a knife should have good enough tolerances that that's not an issue. Not that that's always the case, but drop this bad boy on there. We have our detent track here and our detent ball hole, which I'm going to drop a drop into, and a couple dots there. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought for a second this had a detent ball ramp. I put a little much on here, guys. Thought it had a detent ball ramp, but that's just jimping, which almost could act as one. Oh, no, it's down here, so... Oh, crap, sorry. I was looking right here. That's interesting. The detent ball goes across, and then right there is where it comes off the blade, and that's like a weird little spot there. It's interesting. I have the stop pin in there. Let me back out again so you guys can actually see everything. And then I'll put a little more KP schnizzle right here. Drop this bad boy on. Flip this bad boy over. Did I clean that one out? I think I did. Sometimes I just use a tool like this, put a cloth over something, and then kind of just run it around the area of whatever, and that usually cleans things out. So I'll put a drop of this here. And when I say drop, I mean like 7. And then we'll put a drop of this heavy on the ball. And then we will drop this on there. So far, this seems pretty straightforward, which, of course, I just jinxed myself, but we shall see. What's the problem, Bob? What's the problem, Bob? Pivot doesn't want to go all the way through for some reason. There we go. Push it through. Push it through. These liners are sliding all over the place because that backspacer screw is holding everything in. All right, so I think we're good there. Oh, that's why. Idiot. See, this is the kind of shit I do, guys. Like, just pay attention, Kev. There's a freaking backspacer. Dite. That's why everything's sliding around, huh? So I just want to make sure it all goes in. It's set up the correct way. This goes into that backspacer, so... Really? Okay. Okay, I'm falling apart here, guys. There you go. Pop in there, you pop in there. How about that? You happy? Then I'll put you on top of the knife like this. Push everything together. Alright, backspacer's in. Now the pivot's messing with me again. I'm going to see if just... I don't see anything jacked up. Let me just do this. Yep, that did it. Sometimes you just have to disengage the lock, guys. If you're struggling to get a pivot through or get something back together, just disengage that lock a little bit. And it usually helps seat things back into place. So let me just flip this over. And guys, as you can tell from this video, I am by no means an expert in knife disassembly. I am not Nick Shabazz, you know. But I have an idea of what I'm doing. Sometimes I do things stupidly just because, well, I'm an idiot and I do things stupidly. But I kind of, you know, I get the idea. I know how things work mostly. But I will screw up occasionally. Who would have guessed? Look at that, guys. Boom. Now let's check for play and all that good stuff. Wow, no blade play. Drops. Action. I could loosen it just a C hair. I realize I've been saying the C word when I've been doing this, and I very much apologize to anybody who took offense to that. I mean it in a form of measurement. I don't mean it in any other way. But I do apologize if anybody took that the wrong way. Luckily, nobody has said anything yet, so I'm just kind of pointing it out for fun. Yeah, here we go, guys. Perfect. No blade play. We have good action. We have no side to side. This is how I like a disassembly to go. Perfectly. I really like this, guys. So far, it's a bit tiny, obviously. And for me, let me just... Yeah, we're good. It's just hard to do under camera. It's tiny, and for me, it's a bit too small. I like smaller knives. Like, I really am digging the chaparral here. Hang on, I think I kind of knocked some things loose. I've really been digging the chaparral, and when I'm not under camera, I can one-hand this guy all day. And surprisingly, this backlock doesn't bother me at all. I still carry it. I carry it fifth pocket. I really like it. It's an odd thing that I would like this, but I like how thin it is. I like how slicey it is. I like it as a freaking knife, you know, which is unusual for me. Usually I like things for action and looks and that kind of stuff, but I like this for being a knife. And this is tiny. This is even smaller than that. But then add on top of that, it's a flipper, so, you know, that part's not hard. The disengaging is hard for me because I have to, like, maneuver my hand on this small knife. And I've found a few times where I've, like, left meat of fingers in the path of the blade and almost cut myself just because I'm, like, wrapping my hand around it to disengage it. And I do this, and then I kind of, like, just have a finger there or whatever. So I've noticed that, but if you have smaller hands or you just enjoy smaller knives, This thing is absolutely perfect. I mean, it's a little bit of a chunky boy. I mean, you can see here compared to the Chaparral, it's, you know, 1.5 times the size of this. But it's just a cool knife. It's fun to fidget with, especially, again, if you have those smaller hands where you're not going to have fingers getting in the way. But, I mean, I can fidget with this. Left-handed, it's pretty much no problem. And then if you look at the blade, it's a freaking X-Acto knife, guys. Like, this thing cuts like a dream. I've tested it out on paper and such, and it cuts very well. Just a really cool offering, and I'm glad this was their first offering because it just kind of laid the groundwork for what Finch Knife Co. is, which is unique, interesting, yet well-made, and for a decent price. I mean, you know, $120 or whatever this is, and you get G10, you get 154 cm, you get ball bearings, you get a cool story. Gotta love this nail nick. I think you can Spidey flick with this, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Absolutely sweet that you can do that. Boom. How about that, guys? So check out Finch Knives. I've raved about them before. Love them. Love the company. And yeah. So anyway, this is my first impressions of the Finch Knife Co. Runtly. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.